Ever since I was a child, I loved a good treat, as I'm sure you did too, Kyle. If it was staying up late to watch a little extra TV, or getting to go to the roller skating rink to be the fattest kid on 8 wheels, I always had a blast. But the greatest treat of all was fast food. Be it McDonald's or Taco Bell, or one of the lesser burger serves, I knew I had met my first love. The concept of ready-cooked food for sale is closely connected with urban developments. Homes in emerging cities often lacked adequate space or proper food preparation accoutrements. Additionally, procuring cooking fuel could cost as much as produce itself. Frying foods in vats of searing oil also proved dangerous and was expensive. Homeowners feared that a rogue cooking fire might light up the whole neighborhood. Thus, fast food became necessary. This is no accounting for taste. Fast food. Kyle, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I'm eating a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get crossbuff.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it.
Welcome to the show, everyone. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Oh, man. I'm over here licking my chops.
Me too.
Thinking about tasty treats in this mid-Saturday.
Oh, I love a treat, no matter how rare they are these days.
Yeah.
Well, today's subject is fast food, something you and I would say we have at least minors in. I think we, if not masters.
Yeah. I already know the points that people want to hate about it. I can't. It's, as I've phrased it before, it's like a horrible. I've described the McRib in this way. It's like a horrible ex-girlfriend who your relationship was just terrible, and then it went away, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Charlene's back in town. Maybe I'll give it another shot. Like, I can't stay away. I can't stay away from the stuff. I love it. But even as a vegetarian now, it's
just a completely different kind of heart disease this time around.
If Impossible Whoppers can give you cancer, I will find out soon.
You really like those fucking things.
I don't. I order them and then I'm eating them and I'm like, this isn't good, but I can't stay away. I love the ceremony. I love the bag. I love unwrapping I like unwrapping a burger. It's like a little present.
There's something about. I got a sandwich from the bodega last night, and it comes in butcher's paper, and it's like a Christmas present you can eat.
It's just every time.
Yeah, God damn it, they're good. And then it's just there's something ritualistic about like unwrapping the food. It makes me I'm salivating in this moment thinking about it. I'm so fat.
I like the drive-through. I like you order it and it's like asking Santa for the present and you're like, will I get it? I don't know. These are minimum wage employees. They really don't have to give me anything I ask for. Yeah. Because then I'm going to drive away anyway. And
there's no way you're going back.
No, not at all. You're like, I guess I am eating 9 tater tots and some Frosty that fell into the bag.
Oh, great. A fillet of fish. What a treat.
My dad would always get it with cheese.
Oh.
Like that was the real kick in the pants being a Catholic youngster. When Fridays would roll around during Lent, we're going to McDonald's. We're like, yeah, it's like because we're all getting filet of fish. We're like, God damn it! so much betrayal. Like,
talk about a black fly in your Chardonnay. Did you ever work in a fast food joint?
I never did. I was always so afraid. Good thing you bring it up. Let's honor the true soldiers who were the teenagers who worked at a McDonald's or something in the same town they went to school in. That was my greatest fear, was seeing anybody I knew from high school at my place of work. Where were you working?
Buddy, I ran the gamut. So first of all, I worked in a food court in the mall, which was basically fast food, but that wasn't. Yeah, And so at the mall, you are running into everyone.
The United Nations of heart disease.
Oh, God. And well, here's the thing. It wasn't because my first job was at an ice cream shop called Heidi's, right? And it was ran and owned by a Vietnamese woman named Pansy, who was also a evangelical Christian, but she had a super thick accent. And then every other place in the food court except for Chick-fil-A was owned by the same family, this Bosnian family, and we called them the food court mafia. And they wouldn't, like, you would see their kids working at 4 different places in the same day. and like, I ended up working for them for a little bit. And they're like, the woman, Gilda, it was her name, and she was like, "You're getting fat." She was so mean.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I
think
made it
you're
out
just
of the,
more direct from a war-torn country. You
Yes,
don't have time
for sure.
for pleasantries
Yeah.
because the bombs might be coming.
I remember one time I was wheeling out the grease trap to take out, and I spilled it everywhere, and it flooded into the back of the Chick-fil-A. And the owner of Chick-fil-A was like, "Get this shit out of my store." And I was like, "I'm trying." And then Gilda came out. She was like, "Shane, you don't work for him. You work for me. Get like." And
why don't you come in on Sunday and take care of it, buddy?
And we trade a lot of food with the Chick-fil-A kids, and that was amazing. Like, because you'd be like, "I'm gonna put cheesecake into this milkshake."
Oh yeah, well, I did deliver pizzas for a long time because it's where all my friends were at.
Yeah, that kind
My
of
buddy
counts.
Rob, and that was I
Yeah.
did deliver pizzas in my hometown, and that was a special feeling when you were 24 delivering pizzas to a classmate who now had 2 kids and a career.
Yeah.
I remember being like, "Oh man, look at you! You're still at your folks' house too. Pretty cool." And they're like, "No, this is actually my house." Like, "Oh, right on! Wow,
Well, cool.
good for you, man. Good for you."
Sorry, we were out of crushed red pepper.
Yeah. My buddy got so stoned delivering pizzas. We would all like hotbox a car and just drive around with like one pizza that I'm sure the pizza had a THC content by the end of it. And we watched my buddy, was the delivery guy, walk up to the door with just the 2-liter. He forgot to bring the pizza to the door. And we watched him ring the doorbell, and like this, it's all silent because we're in the car, and we just see the door open, and you can just see him like he holds the 2-liter, and you see right in that moment, you just see him go like, "Oh, wow," and then do the least cool shuffle back to the car, where this woman
Wow.
sees 4 other kids in a car with her food. Why would you trust this place?
Yeah,
and
that's,
we all like handed to them like we weren't just back there
That's
taking our turns,
fucking-
dipping our balls on each slice. Still love it. I love fast food. I never want to think about what's happening behind the scenes. Don't tell me. Don't expose it.
I know. I worked in it. I know. Everything you're about to say, you do not have an enlightened opinion on, so fucking stop trying to ruin it.
I like the gimmicks. I like all the weird stuff. Our producer, Charlene, has a comment in our breakdown where I forgot about this, but apparently I shared a cab. Rachel and I shared a taxi with her from the airport, and Rachel and I just discussed the Burger King Long Burger, which sounds like a Netflix show about a disgraced sheriff who returns to town after several years.
It's a Jewish sheriff. It's
Longberg. The only Jewish sheriff in some West Texas town.
That's a fucking hell of a cowboy hat.
So I forgot
that
about
was like
long
a thing.
burgers.
It's just like a different shape, right?
I would rather have this is probably what the discussion was. I don't want a thicker burger from a fast food place. Don't make me bite through more of your trash meat. Give me more of it. Listen.
Oh, you want like you want it to be streamlined.
Yeah, I don't want a city burger where we got to build up because of. I want that Wild West. We got a lot of land. Let's build out.
Yeah, you want like a
that's what
ranch
I
style.
want.
You want a ranch style house.
I want to eat the burger
Yeah.
for longer, not
I'm
for more
bigger.
difficulty.
I'm against you. on
Really?
this. Like I like the sensation of like I don't care. Like if it's the same amount of meat and it's a 4-stack burger or whatever, like a quarter pounder versus the long burger, and I'm going to make a bigger mess. I already know I'm eating fast food. It's already a mess. Like there's no putting lipstick on this pig. Like, it's disgusting. Just let me be disgusting when I do it.
I'm sure there was probably some sort of pig lips in the burger.
Yeah.
But it's
so
the
good.
ratio of the bite. It's the bite that you're going to take of a regular burger is your bun and your mayonnaise or your whatever your sauces are and your meat and your cheese and your lettuce and tomato, and that bite is ratioed. You just get more of those bites. When you make a bigger patty, your ratio in the bite is all thrown off. Now you got
Not if
the
you
same
do it
amount
right.
of
Not if you do it right. Like, you can do cheese, meat, sauce, cheese, meat, sauce. Cheese. Like, they're not going to do it at a fast food joint. But
well, that's not what are we talking about then? I'm not talking. What are you going to somewhere fancy and they're going to sit there and give you a blackjack dealer shuffle?
A long burger is not the worst idea I've ever heard. But I like things the way I like them to.
The name is a bad.
The long
idea.
burger. The name is not bad. The name is actually kind of good. I know exactly what I'm getting into. Eat that on that. That was a pretty long burger.
That's like a kid in junior high who fucked before anybody else, and that's how he like talks now. Threw the old long burger the other night. What?
She had a couple of loose fries in her bag, if you know what I mean.
My romance with fast food exists to this day. I think this episode is an umbrella. Underneath it are so many more intricacies that we can get into. But let's. I think we should
might
probably
get into that, and I have some questions for you too. Sorry to step on that, but
no, that's all right.
Yeah,
I'm here for you. I got answers for you, buddy.
Yeah. We could just turn this whole thing into the Lord of the Rings trilogy if we wanted to. But let's get to the next segment.
Yeah, let's come back with why people think it's bad.
Awesome.
So fast food, Shane, it's not good. I mean, it's bad for the world. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for the individuals. It's bad for the employees. It's bad, right?
But it's so delicious. Fuck, I worked at a place called Brahms, which have you ever been to a Brahms?
I have not.
Great fast food burger. Amazing.
Okay.
Make their own ice cream. Good burgers, good shape.
Smaller chain, regional chain.
Yeah. Which is we can get into the regional thing in a little bit. Mm-hmm. You could, if you worked there, you could not pay for food. They would just take it out of your check. That was like one of their things. And then I was like, I remember one time I got a check for like $40 after work. And I was like, fuck this. But like,
you literally ate yourself out of house and home.
Yeah. Dog, I was devastated. I was like, what? And I was like, if I had like 2 more combo meals, I wouldn't have gas. You know, like.
I think you would have had gas. There's the joke. What was the reasoning? It was like an anti-theft sort of thing?
I think that was part of it. But we figured out how to steal from there too.
Oh yeah, all my friends that work at fast food, like that was like the low level Goodfellas type shit.
Yeah, like if somebody was paying cash and you had memorized like the price of a meal was $6.50 and they gave you $7, you would just give them 2 quarters and then put that back in and not ring it up. It was
my friend Mary Ellen, who was just thug as shit back in the day, and she was great. And if she worked at McDonald's, and it was just like you would just go out of boredom just to see how ridiculous the amount of food was that she'd give you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary Ellen, it's Kyle. Can I just get a chocolate shake? You got it. Here's a garbage bag full of double cheeseburgers.
I loved that. Here's the thing. I have friends to this day that I met and working in fast food restaurants that I still love. So I will say that was a good thing. The thing that is actually the worst in my experience from working in a fast food restaurant is the way people treat the employees.
Yeah.
Like, it is fucking awful, and I guess like a lot of the time their bosses are not encouraged to treat them well. If someone goes, that's why you work at a fucking Burger King, you're like,
dude.
You know, like even if you're an adult who just owns a Burger King,
there's
no respect for it. So people need to do that too. That's one of the bad things about it.
Anybody, and especially midnight or working drunk shift.
Oh, buddy.
Like, you should have a stained like the McDonald's should just be stained glass of anybody's who's worked a night shift more than 2 weeks.
just canonized.
Yeah.
the patron saint of the McNuggets. Kind of.
We would go to a Denny's, not quite fast food, but it's the same kind of thing, like, it's all like
It's
when
a sit down. It's not fast food, but it's close. Yeah.
Yeah, when all the burgers have the same authentic patty shape of like the same with, and I don't
see some
mind
guy doing this with a piece of paper on meat.
Oh, what I saw, I watched Patton Oswalt do special last night, his whole thing about Denny's, and I'm like, he's like, I'm not shitting on Denny's. I'm like, good. Nobody should shit on Denny's, especially 24 hours. You need it in the suburbs. But there was a kid that was from some, like, I don't know, it was Bosnia or some like Eastern Bloc country.
Yeah, tough upbringing.
Yeah. And so he was like
kind of kid who loves white pants, like
Dude,
he has white jeans.
He was the only consistent part of this Denny's for years because he would just, again, he's seen enough shit. He can handle Friday night drunk teenagers. And like, I've never seen somebody just with grace deal with that kind of shit. Because he would go through like a table of 10 drunkards. Every woman, he'd just go, I am so sorry, ladies. I am not on the menu. Huh? Okay.
He's better than Buckley Cash.
Would sit there and like listen to somebody give their order and he'd go, okay, steamed broccoli, Diet Dr. Pepper, and then leave. I'm like, no. What? And and he would just sit and hang out in the booth. The place would be packed. He'd be the only one still there willing to do the job. And the manager would come out and be like, what are you doing? And he'd be in the booth and just be like, fire me. Because he knew he couldn't. Like, this guy is a king. This guy is a king.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Few people have the patience for that. So
it's brutal. Like, food service is brutal. And I understand the argument of them not getting paid enough is more than valid. I want everyone to make more money. I understand they don't get paid enough, and that fucking sucks. But again, I don't eat it all the time anymore, but it just is good. I don't know how to say it other than that. And
it's like anything. Like, okay, yeah, you shouldn't eat it all the time because it's bad for you. Now, is it?
Yeah, the health stuff.
Everybody can make their own choice. But listen, if you're busting your ass as a single parent with kids between 3 jobs, one of which might be at a fast food place, so you're taking food home from there, or every block of your town has 3 options to get food right now that's affordable versus, after my 3 jobs, I'm going to go to the store, buy ingredients, try to make something healthy for my picky kids.
Yeah, I'm not going to roast a ham for 3 hours and feed them that at midnight after I got off my double shift or whatever.
Although, ham. Yeah, sorry. I'm not grossed out by me. I might not eat meat anymore, but it's just of a longing for it. So I know it's all up to the individual to make their own choices, and that I think it's good that now they put the calories next to the menu items.
That's
and they
great.
Try to offer some sort of salad that you can still get a burger patty on it because now it's keto. We took the buns off of this long burger and threw it on a couple lettuce leaves.
Took the buns off of this long burger.
I'll slap the buns off this long burger.
I understand, like I know that they're like people always say that they donate to like Republican leaning candidates and stuff.
Yeah, because that's who wants smaller government and less regulations. Listen, we want to cram 50 chickens into this closet so they're so jammed in there they actually form nuggets instead of dying. The heat cooks them themselves.
That's not a real thing, is it?
No, but there was a.
Do you see how concerned my face got? I can see it. I was like, oh.
No, don't. I mean, I'm not an animal rights guy, but definitely those videos helped me along to not want to consume
the vegetarianism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, I mean, as far as how the people picking my vegetables are treated, I don't give a shit. But God forbid these chickens get hurt.
Well, that's where it gets personal for me. I know it's a Mexican joke.
You can make it.
I can. People will tell me I can't, and I'll tell them to fuck off.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Underage employees. I read something online that I thought was great in regards to You shouldn't take taxes out of anybody's check that's working under 18 because that's taxation without representation. And I was like,
Ooh.
Yep.
I love
I like
that.
that one. I don't know who to credit it to, but I was like, that's absolutely.
Yeah, it actually can't vote. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I was also thinking, like, if you can
Also, an easier way for kids to save money for college or drugs.
For whatever you want to spend it on. It's America.
I
also thought about how, like, if the militaries can recruit underage kids in a high school cafeteria to go and die, then porn producers should also be able to do the same thing. Not that I want
that might be another episode.
Not that I want children to think about porn as a career, but it's a lot like how the Church of Satan kind of just exists to troll.
Yeah.
Other
which
religions.
I love, which is almost what this podcast is.
Very, very much so, but like, fine.
No Accounting for Taste, the official podcast of the Church of Satan.
I looked into joining the.
Yeah, I bet
it's a lot of literature I got to read. I'm like, I'm barely making it through books I want to read.
Yeah, I can't even read this fast food menu without getting bored.
No. But then, the video of the pink goop that supposedly was what chicken nuggets were made out of, which, old bit alert. I used to do a bit about how, like, that. What I didn't think that was bad. Like, people were like, but the beaks are in there in the claws. And I was like, my argument was like, that's efficient.
That's the whole buffalo.
Was the joke.
Yeah.
Native Americans do it with a buffalo, and they're like, "Oh, look at that's great." McDonald's does a chicken. You're grossed out.
Like, hey, old bit alert, kind of, but the fucking, like, if somebody, like, it's just like the Fieri thing or whatever. People, if somebody else was presenting it to them, like the weird food, the bizarre foods guy on the Travel Channel, if he'd been like, it's chicken beak soup,
yeah,
people would love it.
Yeah,
they'd love it. You're an asshole. You want to judge me for buying American? I don't think so, buddy.
Because it's made with a kid with, like, gauged earrings who's just trying to get a new exhaust for his Honda Civic. It's gross.
Yeah, he just wants to get those bullet hole stickers to put on.
Yeah, it makes it go faster.
Yeah.
But there's definitely questionable items going on.
And I think
back
just
there.
some bad practice by the industry itself. Every industry has that. Especially something that's worth $570 billion a year globally is what the fast food industry produces.
That's a lot of onion rings, doggy.
Yeah, baby.
Well,
deep fry me at some of that gold.
We know it's bad, and we're taking that chance. You know, I think the targeting to kids is a little weird with the clowns, and like, that's a little like, okay, guys, come on, man. You are selling poison to the children.
At what point were you too old for the playground? Did you, like, let it go at the fast food restaurants?
Playgrounds really didn't show up until I was, I think, like, in my teen years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
mean, you're a few years older than me, but, like, I remember seeing them, and like, there was, like, shitty metal ones that were just outside. They were basically like 3 slides on a concrete, like they could have been parking spaces.
They showed up. The big plastic monstrosities showed up kind of past my prime anyway, and that always grossed me out. That was always like, a lot of diapers fell off in those balls.
Yeah, there's a lot of piss in them, but as a child, I didn't really think about it.
Yeah,
I was like, right in there. I wanted it.
No thing. That's like when they serve food at a bowling alley. Like, this is the gross. Hey, you want some nachos? Oh, God.
Yeah, I love it. One of the other things, real quick.
How that didn't start a pandemic?
The
nacho fingers in a bowling ball repeatedly over years and years. How did we not have a different pandemic just from bowling alleys?
I'm sure we did. I think one of the reasons people shit on stuff is because they talk about, like, there'll be a promotional item.
Yeah.
And Charlene gave us some list of, like, the craziest fast food things, and people will be like, that is disgusting looking. And let's run down this real quick.
It's always the Kardashian sex tape, never her philanthropical work.
Thank you. That's another episode. The Pizza Hut cheeseburger.
We should do the Kardashian. We should do influencers. Sorry. Let her rip.
The cheeseburger stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. This is a UK one. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a crust stuffed with cheeseburgers. It doesn't look great, but I got no problems with this.
This stuffed crust trend of
I think this is not a trend anymore, buddy.
Well, but like, like cheese in the crust, all right. But then all of a sudden, it went from like you found porn, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, whoever's going to bang 500 dudes in an afternoon, like, oh, ease up on what we're doing to the crust, all right? The cheese still seems kind of natural, kind of like what God intended, but then it just really turned into an aberration.
This is the one that grossed me out.
Which
is
one?
It's from Canada. That's probably why. It's Tim Hortons Buffalo Crunch Donut, and it is buffalo wing sauce, buffalo crisps, chips on a what looks to be a glazed donut. It looks like shit, and in this picture, it's just on a regular shitty styrofoam plate.
That's what I like about it. Like, they didn't even get like a professional photographer.
They're not even trying to church it up a bit. They're just going for it.
Out of all of them, I'm like, this has such a weirdness that I want to try it.
Yeah, it wouldn't keep me from it, but it does look like it's going to be gross.
It's like, hey, there's this YouTube video, guy plays all a master of puppets on clarinet. I'm like, I'm going to listen to that because that seems incorrect. Because there's other stuff like, okay, like the Wendy's triple Baconator. That's just a lot. It's not creative.
Yeah, that's the thing. I understand that, but it's just a lot.
You ever eat a Baconator? I had one that the skin on the roof of my mouth started falling off.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I've eaten a Baconator. But
the KFC Double Down was the one that made all the headlines. And it's like the buns are chips. Like, what if you just said to somebody, I'd like to eat 2 fried chicken fillets with some, and then there'll be a slice of cheese on each and a slice of bacon on each. That wouldn't be gross.
No issues with that at all.
But if you folded it together and people are like, this is a monstrosity. No, it's just food that you normally wouldn't hold with your hands. And now people are horrified.
Yeah, they want to be dicks about it.
Yeah.
Fuck them, Kinane. That's what I say.
And I would eat, if KFC, even though it's a myth that they had to change their name because it was pod chicken. Remember, they thought it couldn't call it chicken because it was all growing on pods, like Matrix style. Like they were just...
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Which now they're making food that way anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat the lab-grown meat.
I think we're all going to be eating it at some point.
You can eat bugs now. I forget.
Well, I just think
FDA
like
or somebody saying like bugs are now a good source of protein.
I'm just thinking like that. All of this points to we're having to invent new ways to make food. Bugs are edible now. It's just the world's going to run out of food, so we're finding new ways to make it. And people say that's because of fast food, but it's because people are liars and heretics.
Yes. But also because I talked about it before, like driving from Los Angeles up to San Francisco on the 5 freeway, you go past the Harris Ranch, and it is just hills that are black with stamped down cow shit. You smell it for miles.
Yeah. And
it's horrifying. Like
on I-5 before San Francisco.
Between LA and San Francisco. Yeah. And that's your burger came from all of those cows. Your fast food burger came from all of those cows basically walking into a giant meat grinder. That is one of the reasons that I quit eating meat. I still eat seafood, but I quit eating meat because of health reasons and because if you think environmentally, the cow farts are a problem. The massive amount of land and water and stuff that you need to feed all this stuff just so you could have like the shittiest fucking Big Mac.
Yeah.
Like you can fake that. To me, I'm never be like, man, I wouldn't eat. Like I love the fake burgers and it's a Big Mac. It's not like a steak that was made by scientists that's creepy.
I'm not saying we don't need change. I just like, I want you can do this responsibly. Like I don't people don't need to act like it's airborne AIDS when you eat fast food. Like
no, they don't.
Yeah. I think you can. We should cut it down. I mean, that's a very vivid picture. Kyle, you're good with words. You know that, man? You really paint
man,
you're a young Bukowski.
It used to be my job.
Why
don't we talk about this? Oh, God. I want to praise.
What do you think we should move into some of what the listeners think? Some of the callers?
Let's do that. Let's go to the phones.
Let's get another positive light on this.
Hey, everybody. Well, first, I want to say thanks to everybody who called in We appreciate you. It is a Google number. Don't worry. We are not selling this, your phone number. You're probably already getting enough calls making sure your vehicle warranty is up to date. So don't worry.
Or if you want a free stay at a Homewood Suites in Springfield, Missouri, or whatever
honestly, I could use that. Let's go to the calls. First off, this guy, I like this guy's. He's got a little theory.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle and Shane, big fans. I just want to call in about fast food. Big fan of Wendy's French fries. And everybody likes them because they're natural cut. It's not why. They're super salty, and I'm pretty sure they use popcorn salt in order to get them so salty. I think everyone should be using popcorn salt on any French fries, basically anything at this point. If you don't use it, I don't know why you wouldn't. All right, thanks. Big fan.
I didn't know there was different. I didn't know there was different kind of salt. I thought there was just food salt and then Himalayan lamps.
I
didn't know there was other salt.
Maybe they're doing that, but they can't be the only ones doing that.
Well, if they're not talking about, I mean, this is a lot. My feeling about fast food fries are much along the same ideas that stolen bikes ride faster. Other people's fries always taste good. If I get fries, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll eat these. But if you had fries and then I had some, I'd be like, man, fries are great. Same with movie popcorn. Back to the salt idea. What if it's the salt that does that?
Is there a fast food fry that stands out to you that's better than another one?
Oh,
really?
Yeah, Burger Kings can take a walk. I'll say that McDonald's are always good. I always like the In-N-Out ones, fresh cut. Okay. They put it through that little. You see them slamming it through that presser right there.
The McDonald's fry thing, I'll leave forever. I never have thought they were great.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Did your family for some reason, my family, we were always McDonald's, never Burger King.
Yeah.
It was like political parties.
I think we would do I think we would do either sometimes, but if we were getting burgers, here's the thing: that place I worked at, Brahms, that's where we would go because it was around the corner from the house. But I would say probably McDonald's over Burger King, but I think now I prefer Burger King. Same.
Very much so same. Well, I can get the Impossible Burger there, but also in general, I like the Whopper better.
I like the flame. Yeah, I like the flame broil, and I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but that's how it's selling me.
They pump the smell out. That's their move. They pump the smell out of the place, so you smell it and come in there. That's like a calculated move on Burger King's part.
Well, after I have Burger King, I pump out a few smells myself.
Nobody's ringing your doorbell to see what you got going on. I had a Whopper once. That's what happened to me.
They might. Someone might. There might be a woman out there who wants that.
I mean, you got the internet. There's a fetish for everything.
Yes, sir.
I had one Whopper once that I think the manager was there and he made it to show a new employee how to do it. And that's why ever since then I've been chasing. Was it your birthday? I've been chasing that one Whopper since that. It's never matched it. They always go real Peter North with the ketchup and mayo on it. They just they don't know when to stop.
I gotta say this, and
I think skeet it up real bad every time I get one.
Try and stay with me here on this. Okay. Your manager Whopper, best day of your life story. When fast food is bad, the level of disappointment on it is well, what was I expecting? You're not thrilled about it, but the basement is a lot higher than in other restaurants in a weird way, right? And the ceiling is lower, but when you hit the ceiling in a fast food restaurant, a la the manager making the Whopper the right way, out of the ballpark, stratosphere big. Does this make sense?
Yeah, there's that, when it's busy, you're like, all right, I'm going to get the, assembly line thrown together. Everything short of you actually drop kicking the bag into my car, I'm going to be all right with it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting a hard shell taco. I know I'm just getting chips mashed in with some ground beef or whatever you get.
If it's all in one piece, big win.
If it's in one piece, frankly, I'm I'm like, oh, these are old tortillas. These are stale and they got some give. That's why it's in one piece, because the bottom's like rubbery at this point.
They're like a book you haven't opened in a while.
Yeah. These things, they made these a few hours ago, and the grease has added some flex to the bottom of the shell. That's why it's not broken, because it's got some give. It's been sitting in standing water over on the prep table for a few hours.
Gross. Oh man. So I do think like the low ceiling of a fast food restaurant is a good thing in a way, because when they hit the ceiling, buddy, chef's kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like, oh, this is real lettuce and a tomato and none of it's brown or has bug bites out of it.
Yeah, because like when you go to like a nice restaurant and you're disappointed in the meal.
Yeah.
Nothing worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a safety in that in fast food too. You want to take another call? See what we got? I
think we should, but I want to look into this idea of popcorn salt as a household fixture. I like this guy's take. So
I think we found a new merch.
Yeah, new merch. We got no merch. Let's go. The one titled "The Way I Feel." Let's listen to this.
Okay,
this fella.
I like the way I feel when I'm driving to get fast food, and I like the way I feel immediately while I'm eating the fast food. But I hate the way I feel while I'm driving away from getting the fast food. You never eat food in the fast food restaurant. Ever.
I don't remember leaving that voicemail, but
I think this is spoken word poetry about a guy who lost his virginity to a prostitute is really what I think it was. Andy's like the breathiness, like the delivery was beautiful. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Like well paced, really well paced.
Yeah, it was a poem. This was a poem.
Yeah.
Also, I agree about the dining room thing.
The dining room thing, even going into order, is a little much for me sometimes. If I'm being complete, it's always. I
do it on a road trip just to get out of the car, you know.
Okay, I get that. Like it's always clean, like a fucking hospital hallway. You know, like it's very sanitized looking a lot of the time, but not clean feeling. If that makes sense.
I always thought I would get better food if I had to make eye contact. You know. Like they say if you're being robbed or something, to try and make eye contact with the assailant, because it makes it harder for them to. I read that somewhere. Like if you make eye contact, it usually makes it more difficult for them to go through the crime. Yeah, so that's the same philosophy I apply to like, listen, I'm right here. What are you going to do to it? I'm going to eat it over here.
Yeah, I'll say the eating in there is insane. There was a comic there still is a comic in Portland named Lonnie Bruin, and he had CP, but he talked about walking into a McDonald's to get food one time, and he tripped, and he just hit the glass, and everybody eating in the McDonald's looked at him, and he was like, "Stay in your fat people aquarium." But he's right. He was like, I tripped on a fry because I have cerebral palsy.
Well, I like that equation.
Yeah,
it is. The dining room is for old people and for youths. Yes. Youths celebrating their freedom, and old people just happy to be out of their house that smells like soup all the time.
Agreed. Let's do another call. Let's do another one. See what these guys
Let's do. Which one you want to do?
Why don't we do I love chicken strips?
Put that on a shirt.
I love chicken strips. There's no such thing as a bad chicken strip at a fast food place. Chicken nuggets are okay. They vary. Chicken strips are always good. I always get honey mustard and ranch. I know that ranch is quite divisive because it's essentially like mayonnaise with some speckles in it, but sure. I like it. I dip into the honey mustard first, and then I dip into the ranch because the honey mustard is real thick and pasty, and then the ranch is viscous, so it goes on the outside better.
A clear cut.
and then I eat it like that. That's what I do. There's no other sauces that I like. I also get the chili at Wendy's. I love it. I love the chili at Wendy's. It's so goddamn good.
Bro.
It's almost better than the burgers. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
I could hear our producer, Charlie, muffling her laughter. You were awesome.
I love that he lacquers his nuggets like the fenders of a 56 Chevy.
That's a very
Get the honey mustard on, and then I clear coat it with the ranch.
Yeah. Put the honey mustard on it. Sounds like somebody's like a drag racer. Like me and honey mustard are gonna beat you around the pike.
He likes no other sauces, none anywhere ever. Anything he's eating gets the double dip honey mustard ranch clear coat. No
just
matter
the yellow
what
and white,
it is.
like a Bolivian flag or whatever. It's just two solid bars.
I don't want to ruin this guy's life. I'm going to do the thing that I usually hate, which is kind of ruining something.
Oh, I think I know what you're.
Can I chili?
Can I
and
call
I like
it?
Okay, and let this be said. I love the chili at Wendy's. When I was eating the meat, love that chili at Wendy's.
Right.
People love these chicken from Popeyes. I love that chili from Wendy's.
Yeah.
You go.
People love this chicken from Popeyes.
I'll just steal the theme song. I'll steal the theme song and just put my own stuff in it.
Yeah. You're going to tell us, I think, what you're going to tell us is that the meat in the Wendy's chili is old hamburgers that weren't sold, and they chop it up and put it in.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, again, no issue with it. It's reusing. They're not wasting money. No, it's delicious.
It's not.
And
it's
I'll
not
tell
a
you
health
this:
violation.
Brahms did the same thing.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. Some people might put them off. I was like, hell yeah, man. Give it.
Let
to
it
me.
stew, baby. Get it. It's.
I
I'm
love that
fine
chili.
with.
Yeah, you're
I
right on
love
that chili.
I'm 100% with him on the chicken strip thing too. It is like I fucking come at me with this if you want, but Dairy Queen's chicken strips are the greatest chicken strips on the planet, and I will. They're so good. They come with white gravy and toast. It's disgusting, and I love it. Like,
don't ever give me white gravy that's not from somebody's nana's house. I don't want to hear about it. Let me throw this at you. Okay, you like chicken strips?
Yeah.
What about a long nugget? What about a long nugget?
Yeah, they are a long nugget.
If
They are.
McDonald's was like, we got long nuggets now.
Long nugget is closer than a long burger to a Western Sheriff, I think.
If they came out with long nuggets,
I'm just out here panning for long nuggets. A long nugget also sounds like something like a.
Because a nugget's not a natural shape anyway. You can make it whatever. They make them dinosaurs and shit to make it home for little kids.
Yeah.
Novelty nuggets.
Novelty nugs. Yeah, I like it. I think I don't know. Like, I'm not ever disappointed in a chicken strip for the most part. I think I like it's the same kind of thing that like the bottom is raised. As long as they are not so fried you can't eat them, it's fine.
Oh, like
as long as
orange
they're not-
chicken, like orange chicken at like a Panda Express or something, where you bite into it and like there's nothing resembling chicken in there.
Yeah, you're like,
There's
why is this a popcorn kernel in my mouth that's chipping my teeth? Yeah,
there's some sort of substance that in no way, like this might have been chicken in 1963, but I don't know how it got here.
Yeah,
and it's covered in candy like an everlasting gobstopper, and I love it.
That is a weird. I mean, we're straying a little bit when. And this is just across the board in general, but like when fast food places do like a sweet meat, like an orange chicken. You want my
Y'all
sweet
got
meat?
that sweet meat? I want you just rolling up through drive-thrus and asking anybody.
Hey, baby, want to check out my sweet meat? How about that long nugget?
I'm looking for sweet meat. Y'all got sweet meat? Sir, that's not on the menu. Oh, I don't think you're looking hard enough.
Well, then I'll just have a number 4, no pickles.
Number 4, can you make it sweet?
Yeah.
Just ask any item. Can you make it sweet? Just ask him that. I'm going to get the long burger. Can you make it sweet, though?
Yeah. Hey, or you do it with something sweet. You could, hey, I'll have a burger, fries, Coke. Yeah, number 2, extra pickles. I'll do an apple pie. Make it sweet.
Can I get the sweet one? Can you give me the sweet pie? I'd like a sweet pie.
Thanks. Yeah. Chop. I'm busy man with busy things.
Want a burrito supreme and just make it extra sweet.
Yeah. Instead of toasting it, before you do that, could you put brown sugar on the outside of the burrito and then just grill it on both sides?
Yeah. As much as we're celebrating fast food, I don't know. I'm so offended at Subway's existence. I think they are really trying to do whatever they can with that fucking toaster.
I'm going to tell you this
oven.
right now. You're on thin ice, buddy.
Really?
Keep going.
You want
No.
that's the hill you want to die on? Once they stopped canoeing the bread, they used to canoe the bread.
What does that mean?
They used to take the top out and the loaf would be like a canoe, and then they put the meats and your things in it, and then they take the piece of bread that they took out of the top and put it on top of the thing. So it was like a canoe with a lid, and now they just cut the bread in half like a sandwich.
Oh,
that's when their care stopped.
They don't do that anymore?
No, they don't canoe the bread.
All right, well, then I'm with you. Fuck Subway.
Also, everything there is made out of turkey. All the meats are made out of turkey.
I kind of like that.
I read that somewhere.
It's even the roast beef?
I don't know. My favorite thing was a meatball sub from there, especially when they couldn't find a meatball. So it was just like the little escapee hiding at the bottom of the sauce. And it's been there for months.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I worked at a Blockbuster, and I had a buddy who worked at the Subway, which was basically like 2 feet away, and he was just like, come over, I'll rent a movie. Just doing the barter thing, like give away shit, trade, hook up your buddy. And the shit I would have him make for a Subway sandwich, he'd be like, what do you want? And I'd just be like, tuna salad with chicken breast and bacon. And I'd be like, I remember one time he made this sandwich and he was like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to close this. And then he was like, hold on, I'm going to put some oil on this so it helps it digest.
Give me the old hillbilly surf and turf, tuna salad and chicken breast.
And then I went back and ate it in the office at Blockbuster, and you could smell it in the rest of the store.
I'm sure you could.
Let's do another call or two.
Let's go. Let's go to my buddy Chris Myers called in. Regional Runza is the title of this track. It's my buddy Chris Myers.
Kyle and Shane. Kyle, it's Chris Myers in Omaha. Hey, I just saw your Instagram post, and I'm like, fast food, there's nothing better than regional fast food. Like small little regional places, like where there's like 12 of them. That's the best. Nothing better than that in my world, I think. When you're like traveling somewhere and go to a small city and there's like, there's 5 of these. Eat a burger here. I think a good example here in Omaha, Nebraska is Runza. That's right. Runza. Runza. It's the name of a place you want to eat here in Omaha, but it's beef and cabbage inside of a roll. You can go through the drive-thru and get it. Super hot. Don't bite into it right away because you will burn your mouth. You got to let it sit in your car, drive a few blocks, and then bite into it. They got the crinkle-cut fries. You can get fries and onion rings in the same little bag if you want. I believe they call them frings. But beef and cabbage. It's like a long john donut, but a savory one with beef and cabbage inside of it, and it's the best. Regional, I think it's just right here, like within like 4 or 5 states. But those are the best. You can't get any better than a regional fast food place. Forget the big chains. Obviously, they're utilitarian when you eat them. Taco Bell when you're drunk, whatever. But when you're really looking for what do these guys eat here, where I'm at right now, it's a regional fast food place. Thanks. Hope you guys are doing well. Bye.
Alrighty.
What a guy.
Runza.
What's his last name again?
Chris Myers.
Nice guy. Thanks for the call, Chris.
He's great. He was the chef for the minor league baseball team in Omaha. He was designing the food for the stadium. And yeah, obviously COVID kind of screwed that up. But he was coming up with all kind of crazy hot dogs and stuff for the stadium, and they looked real good. So
that's awesome.
I'm cheering him on.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
I am curious about the beef and cabbage donuts that apparently runs as owned
That's-
by potheads and Lithuanian grandmothers.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
I don't know, man.
Look, here's what I'm going to say. I love a cabbage roll. I really do. And I know like Midwestern people like you and other white trash really, really love them. But a fast food version of it does sound horrible.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Sell me
Ground
on it.
beef, man. Ground beef.
Okay.
Ground beef, you could season. Ground beef is versatile. I get the Beyond Meat stuff from the store, and I cook it up in a pan with whatever seasoning. It tricks me for thinking it's like ground beef.
Okay.
In a pastry.
But
Like if he would have said pastry instead of Long John, it would have. I'm gonna say Chris's description didn't do much for it.
He said a cabbage roll.
Said
Right, and
beef and cabbage. I don't know what a cabbage roll is. What is a cabbage roll?
It's like beef and like stewed tomatoes and stuff in like rolled into cabbage. It's like something Polish people eat
Okay.
or make, or it's like a Polish food. That's what's that place? Sokolowski's in Cleveland. Have you ever been there?
No, but it was like a klotchki or something. There's also the weird Polish or Russian bakery. If you've ever gone from like Austin to Oklahoma City, they're called like punchkis or
No, it's not
paxkis
called.
or
I know
something.
exactly what you're talking about. It's not.
It's in the middle of like these oil.
It's Slovaceks,
Yeah, it's in the middle of the oil fields,
and
but
they
then
make the
it's
kolaches.
They make the klotchkis and the little pastries. Here we go.
See, this is a Polish Charlene's prompted up onto the screen, guys, a image search of cabbage rolls, and I thought this was what he was calling fast food.
So Eastern European spring rolls. That's what these are. But he's saying it's
in the place where there is no spring.
He's saying it's in a pastry.
Oh.
Look at that guy. It's like a
That
dumpling.
I can go with. Okay, that's a little. Yeah, I could eat that. That sounds good.
There's a place called Pie Face that's in Australia. Not quite regional fast food since it's still based in a country, but it's all basically it's these things. They're like pot pies, but they're small. Look at and the whole look at this. It's like going into a Dunkin' Donuts, but with little tiny pot pies of sweet and savory, and they were open late. And I'd do the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and I'd get drunk every single night, and I would get 2 of those, and it would burn my arms because you'd bite it and it would just drip down and scald every night. I just would walk down the street screaming, holding 2 tiny pot pies, one in each hand. Like I couldn't learn my lesson. Look, they put little faces on them because it's called Pie
cute.
Face.
That's fun. Yeah,
I've seen them here, like not Pie Face, but places trying to make the like little pot pies kind of a thing. And it just there was one in Hollywood. It wasn't taken on.
I will say that definitely sounds better. But to get back to Chris's point, regional fast food. Do you have some favorites? Because one comes to mind instantly for me.
I mean, Portillo's.
Yeah.
Portillo's is like, that's my like, I think I've given that's my exception food. Like how people like spouses have their dream cheat. Like mine is like, I'm not eating meat, but man, I will.
You still go to Portillo's and get a dog?
I think I would. I haven't in a while. Because of all the things you can fake, it should be hot dogs if you could fake it without
That's
meat.
Fair. Yeah. The first time I ever went to Chicago, I was there doing shows like under my own steam, and they're like, somebody was like, you got to go to. All of the Chicago comics hooked me up. They put me on like, they were like, we got you free buses, we got you tour bus rides, all this stuff that you can just do whatever you want.
Oh,
like,
damn, nice.
Yeah, and they were like, you got to try Portillo's, and I got on Portillo. Went to Portillo's, and I got a brat and a dog and a chocolate cake shake. Then this is
so
how
you went by yourself, huh? Nobody was around saying, "Hey, man, pump the brakes, make 2 trips."
Yeah, no, this was I was a much younger, fitter man at the time. And then I got on, because the tour buses in Chicago, they'll just drop you off at a spot and you can jump back on as long as it's the same company. And then I got on the tour bus, sat on the top of the double decker with my fucking lunch, And then it was right when the Occupy Wall Street protest had started in Chicago, and I was just fat eating two bunned meats and going by the "We Are the 99% protest," and I was just like, "Oh, I'm not the kind of man for this world." Like, and then there was just a cross-dressing Tina Turner impersonator across the street dancing to "What's Love Got to Do with It?" And I was like, I like this town.
Do you think that you eating a hot dog on top of a free double-decker bus separated you from poor people fighting the proletariat? Is this the closest to royalty you've ever felt? Was eating a beef sandwich on a free bus ride? Like, oh, these peasants and their petty squabbles.
I just felt like they were doing something worthwhile, and I was a piece of shit, is what I was saying.
Well, no, that's a correct assumption, but still, I thought you were like, oh, I thought you were somehow thinking like, oh God, what a debutante.
Look at these poor serfs down here.
Like you're eating caviar in a convertible
when I look at my
Rolls-Royce.
roofless motor vehicle. My favorite regional fast food chain has got to be Culver's. I fucking love Butterburgers, baby. The last time I was driving through the Midwest, I remember I was like, all right, I'm going to stop at Culver's. That's what I'm going to eat today. I'm looking forward to it. And this goes to my point of it being a treat. Like, I was actually excited. It's not always available to me because it's not here in New York and it's not where I grew up. It's not in LA. And then I was driving. I was like, I'm going to stop at a Culver's. And it was fucking incredible. And I felt like I had earned it for some reason. The only thing I do not like is that their entire interior design is nothing but blue and white. And it makes me feel like I'm in like a Greek banquet hall or something. And that's a little, like, it's a little like, it feels like you're in a retirement home. Also because it's called Culver's, which is pretty close to Werther's, which makes me think old people.
Honest, I never thought about that. We would see Culver's, and I just never think to stop at it. And I think it was the outward appearance made it feel like it was like, like a senior cafeteria.
Yeah, it does. The aesthetic is awful, but the product.
But I was on the road with Nate Craig. He's like, let's go to Culver's. I'm like, man, I don't even know if I've had a Culver's. Same thing, though. Had the burger. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Sam Evans and I were on the road, and I was like, we drove to Acme, and we did stuff along the way. And I was coming back, and he was just like, what are we eating? And I was like, we're stopping at Culver's. And he was like, holy shit, this is good.
Yeah. We also should mention we both only tour with comedians who have two first names as their whole name.
Well, that was the Jägermeister tour.
Well, that was when it's all like bright white, and it's like a White Castle where it looks like it's made like a slaughterhouse. Like, oh, this is just so you can hose down everything at the end of the shift.
Yeah, this is all made for.
Yeah, there's nothing soft.
The only reason,
there's no plush seats. It's like, no, everything's bolted down so you can just fire hose the disease out of it into the gutter.
The only reason it is painted white and blue is because if not, everything would be gray. Like, it would just,
Speaking of White Castle, do you like White Castle?
You know, it is not a thing I really grew up with, and I don't care. Like, I'm indifferent on White Castle. As like, there's a couple around here. Mm-hmm. And I know it's like the mini burger thing, which I like. I'm a big fan of snacking, so I see the appeal in it.
You don't snack.
But I just want...
I want
a whole
10 of them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You go, I'm going to get 3 cheeseburgers. I'm going to get 3 jalapeno cheeseburgers. I'm going to get 3 jalapeno... And next thing you know, you're eating 15 tiny burgers that are steamed, which seems unnatural.
I like a steam.
Largest pores in fast food, the employees at White Castle.
Largest what?
Pores. Just all the steam. They're just open, just sitting there. Steam, and then weird burger grease going into their pores. Worse skin the whole game.
Yeah, poor bastards.
It's like being in a sauna with a slab of beef.
Thanks for the treats, guys. Let's do one. Let's do one more call and move to the last segment. What do you say?
All right. Which one? Which one you want to do?
You go ahead, Bubba.
Let's go. You know what? I think let's go to this first call we got listed here because I think this fella kind of sums up our attitude.
The thing I hate about fast food is people that say they don't eat it. What a bunch of assholes. Of course you eat it. You just probably don't go to a place that has a window on it. And also, thanks for letting me know never to invite you on a road trip. These people. It's like the same shit as people who say they don't watch TV and then walk around staring at their phone all day. Same shit, just in a different form. Love you guys.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. I agree. I don't like, it's just, he's right. I think
Yeah.
like everybody eats shit.
Yeah, it's the same argument like the people that argue about insisting they have fair trade coffee, but then do blow 3 times a week. Like, yeah, I'm sure that cocaine was definitely from an organic farm where everybody was treated well throughout the entire.
Yeah. He was like, well, if they made it legal, maybe it would be like.
Yeah. Exactly. Why look down your nose? It's one thing when somebody's got health issues and they still keep going towards it. And even then, I'm like, well, if you got health issues and you're sad, I do see the problems.
This goes back to our man with this. I love the way I feel when I'm driving to get fast food. I love the way I feel when I get the fast food.
I can see the science of it adding to, obesity and obesity leading to depression and this and that. And then I still am a guy that will go like, yeah, but some of that is like personal responsibility.
Yes.
Sometimes you
Yes.
should not eat it every day.
Yeah. This is my problem with that Morgan Spurlock motherfucker.
No, that was a poor.
It's good and bad. Like, it was a good idea.
representation.
Yeah. And I actually don't care about Morgan Spurlock either way.
Well, even he said it. He's like, yeah, of course, I'm eating this every day. Of course, nobody should
Yeah.
be doing this. And it
Yeah.
is doing it. But
Yeah. There's a little bit of self-responsibility involved with all of it. But like when someone ODs on Coke, no one ever
Yeah.
says there's, yeah.
well, the overdose is slow with the fast food. I remember being at Vortex attached to Laughing Skull in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they have like the novelty burger of like the grilled cheese is the buns and it's 5 patties. And there was a morbidly obese guy. And you have to like sign a waiver before you eat it, which is kind of like the part of the novelty.
Yeah.
But there was a guy that was like in the custom made coffin department of his life.
Yeah, he's
and he ordered that. And that's like, if you're sitting
there's
around.
a lot of sweatpants.
Yeah. And if you're sitting around and like, and everybody in the restaurant is like, we might watch a dude die tonight.
Yeah.
And so that brings the question of like, all right, personal freedom, you're only hurting yourself. You should be allowed to do that. But if you saw somebody that, was already sick and was going to shoot up with heroin or something, you might be like, hey, you're going to die,
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can have it sometimes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like cocaine.
It is just like cocaine. Many people died getting it into the country.
And it's fun at weddings.
It's disrespectful to not enjoy it.
On New Year's. I think it's just like, it's moderation. And it's like, there are some things beyond that people can say you are contributing to that are bad. But I really, every once in a while, it's not the end of the fucking world. And I just hate how people want to ruin this like fun little treat. It's like, sometimes I'm just trying to enjoy my meal.
It's like being smarter than the enemies, Like I remember when I was smoking, one of the reasons I was able to quit smoking is I had a real bad smoker's cough, and every time I would have a coughing fit, I would in my head be like, "You paid for this. You spent your money to have this cough." And I got so upset with how stupid that was that it helped me get over. That was one of the factors that helped me quit smoking. Another one was cocaine. I did a bunch of it and smoked 3 packs of cigarettes in a night. And the next day I was like, I got to stop doing one of these things.
Damn. I've eaten fast food and gotten that kind of result too.
But exactly the same thing when you're like feeling sluggish. In fact, like I paid to feel this way.
Yeah.
And it should make you go like, all right, tomorrow and the next day, maybe we skip that stuff and we
maybe
have
a little water and
some water and greens, and greens. And then, hey, it's Friday and I got drunk and probably not cocaine because then you won't want to eat anything. But if you're drunk, then you're like, let's get us some, we need a little Taco Bell to get in there. We got a flooded basement. We got to throw some sandbags down there.
As our good friend Matt Bronger would say, to soak up the night a little bit.
Very much so. Sometimes you just got to soak up the night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Buddy, it's good to see you as always. This was a fun episode. I'm glad we talked about something we both love so much.
Yeah, I can go over the list of what's bad about it, but man, I love me some fast food.
Agreed.
It's the wheels that keep us. It's the wheels on our comedy bus, man. It keeps us going.
That's right. Well, everyone, do you want to sign us off, Kyle?
Will do. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm Kyle Kinane.
And I'm Shane Torres.
And you've been listening to No Accounting for Taste.
Especially when it comes to fast food.
Sassy little asshole.